the second arm.
The U.S. Army is vigorously pursuing a new combat vehicle able to launch attack drones, carry longer-range DOE missiles, fire a 50mm cannon and operate optionally manned technology, according to initial requirements outlined by service weapons developers. The optionally manned fighting vehicle, an infantry fighting vehicle, is intended as a high-tech, more mobile and more lethal Bradley. The Army is already working closely with industry on accelerated plans to engineer a mobile infantry carrier able to deploy quickly, traverse rough terrain, keep pace with maneuvering infantry and yet also operate with sufficient protection necessary to thwart the most advanced enemy attacks. The effort is currently on the fast track. Many industry teams are already offering vehicles, and the timeline has been accelerated by nearly a decade. The Army plans to have a combat-ready operational vehicle by 2026. Our original vision was 2035. We now have a challenging test schedule, so we can't afford a clean sheet design. We may need a powertrain and suspension that are already in use somewhere. We need to bring together mature components, with less risk to the schedule. Next Generation Combat Vehicle, Optionally Manned Vehicle Program Manager Colonel Jim Shermer said in October at the Association of the United States Army Annual Symposium. The expedited timeframe means that combat vehicle developers will look at both the state-of-the-art current technology as well as promising future systems, Major General Cummings, Program Executive Officer, Ground Combat Systems, told Warrior Maven in a recent interview. The Army is trying to do things faster, and that means looking at things out there now in the commercial market. We will continue to upgrade our current platforms with anything we may go to war with today. At the same time, make the proper investment in future technologies and future systems so we will have that capability for the war we have to fight after next, Cummings said in the interview. Three of the major teams competing to build the vehicle include General Dynamics Land Systems, BAE Systems, and a U.S. German team of Raytheon and Rheinmetall Defense NGCV called the Lynx. Of course, it is important to point out that the Army, naturally, does not endorse any particular platform or industry offering as the service is currently evaluating a number of options. The Army speaks about requirements and its vision for the vehicle, not about specific vendor offerings. The Lynx represents an effort to combine German combat vehicle engineering and expertise with Raytheon's weaponry, sensor, and computing technology. Rheinmetall is known for engineering a range of combat vehicles, to include the much-discussed Leopard 2 main battle tank and Puma infantry fighting vehicle. The Leopard is currently in use by more than 15 countries, to include Canada, Austria, the Netherlands, Spain, Chile, Denmark, Norway, and others. Several reports state that Canada used about 20 German-made Leopard 2A6MS in Afghanistan. We've been working for 3 years to analyze future customer requirements. The Lynx has a payload of up to 18 kilos. Threats change on the battlefield and technologies change as well, Ben Hudson, Vice President of Combat Vehicle Development, Rheinmetall, told Warrior Maven in an interview. Upon initial examination, the Lynx appears to incorporate some advanced characteristics of the widely known Rheinmetall built Puma infantry fighting vehicle specifically with respect to anti-tank weaponry, 360-degree sensors, and targeting technology. Naturally, Raytheon and Rheinmetall developers emphasize that the Lynx incorporates many technologies far more advanced than those used in the Puma, even if some of the operational concepts and technological aims appear similar. The Puma is equipped with heavy and light guns, grenade launchers, the 30mm cannon and provisions for anti-tank missiles, according to information from Defensilopedia. The Puma has a crew of 3 and an ability to carry 6 soldiers in the rear, a configuration which matches the Army vision for its optionally manned vehicle. The Puma can fire accurately and effectively up to a distance of 3,000 m and 400 rounds are carried on board. The secondary gun is the 5.56mm XMG-4 machine gun. The entire vehicle is coated with a special IR-suppressing paint which reduces its thermal signature and makes it difficult for hostile missiles to target it, Defensilopedia writes. Hudson explained that Lynx development has been underway for several years, making it what he called a workable foundation from which to architect a new NGCV optionally manned vehicle. The idea is to build a vehicle able to both anticipate and accommodate Army requirements on the much accelerated time frame. Strategically speaking, This means the industry is challenged to combine off-the-shelf or ready combat systems with emerging or new systems as well. The idea is to both produce something near-term, yet also build something which substantially brings armored vehicle combat technology to a new level. The Raytheon Rheinmetall Lynx emerges from the recently unveiled Lynx FF-41 next-generation combat vehicle. The platform can be traced to its predecessor, which arrived in 2016, the Lynx KF-31. The Lynx FF-41 vehicle can be built in a number of variants, to include infantry fighting vehicle, command and control, armored reconnaissance, repair and recovery, and ambulance models. Rheinmetall information says, the broad Army vision, already well underway through Army industry weapons developers, may hinge upon the developmental pace of emerging new active protection systems, advanced targeting sensors, longer-range weapons and artificial intelligence. Given current state-of-the-art technology, engineering a vehicle that is both sufficiently survivable and mobile seems, in some respects, to be a contradiction in turns. Armor, most of which is heavy, is needed for protection, and lower weight is needed for speed, maneuverability, and deployability. Therefore, prospects for achieving the apparent paradox could include lighter-weight armor composites, unmanned vehicles, and long-range, high-fidelity, AI-enabled sensors able to ID threats before they are able to attack. While these requirements are still being refined as the Army works with industry, Army developers have indicated some specifics regarding the service's approach to the new platform. For instance, Shermer told Warrior that the new vehicle will operate with a 3-man crew, carry 6 soldiers in the back, and ultimately fire a 50mm cannon. Under-armor volume is important for the size and weight of the vehicle. We will ultimately go to a 50mm cannon, but it may begin as a 35mm, Shermer said. New longer-range tow missile-compatible weapons will arm the new platform, Shermer said, as a way to destroy enemy armored vehicles at a safer standoff range. Also, these new missiles are very likely to be configured with newer, more varied explosives able to destroy enemy tanks, armored vehicles and infantry formations to a much greater extent than existing weapons can. Raytheon developers say the Lynx is armed with an improved TOW missile, developed with a new propulsion system for an advanced long-range weapon to track and destroy enemy armored vehicles from farther distances. The most recent TOW missiles, according to descriptions from the Federation of American Scientists, include hardened guidance links with a thermal beacon which improves operations in dust, smoke and other obscurants. The weapon is capable of penetrating more than 30 inches of armor and has a range of more than 3,000 meters. Its mission, according to FOS, is to attack and destroy tanks and other key targets such as non-armored vehicles, crew-served weapons and missile launchers. It uses aerodynamic contrast to speed travel time to targets. It can launch 3 missiles in 90 seconds and fire from a tripod,